Hello everybody, thanks for tuning into this video from wherever you're watching. I really appreciate it. So today I'm gonna review a movie called Next from 2007, which stars Nicolas Cage, Jessica Biel and Julianne Moore and a slew of other cast members. So here's the basic plot of the movie. Nicolas Cage plays this character called Chris Johnson, and he's able to look 2 minutes into the future. Basically, he's a clairvoyant. And the FBI agents are after him so that they can utilize his abilities in what they want, which I'm not going to say to prevent spoilers. So let's start with what I liked about this movie. First thing, the ability of a clairvoyant. I like how they use the concept of clairvoyant in this movie, especially the way they used it and how they used it. Because it gets really trippy, and I really like that, especially in the first half of the movie. So what I mean is, basically, a scene happens, and then we think that it's going to go into the next scene. At least that's what I thought at first. It's going to go into the next scene. But what they did was, they brought back to the beginning of that scene and played that scene differently again. And I really like that because it tricked me a lot and I like that experience. And also it allowed for some really cool camera techniques and stuff. So yeah, there's that. And also there was a romance scene between Chris Johnson and Liz Cooper, a character called Liz Cooper, played by Jessica Biel in this movie. I like that as well. Yep, I like seeing the chemistry between these two actors on screen. And the chase sequence were rather great as well in this movie, and the action and CGI were alright. I wouldn't say they were bad, neither were they very good, but I would say they are in the middle. They were alright. Okay, so let's go to the drawbacks of this movie. The biggest problem with this movie is the script. Like, it's not very consistent. What I mean is that in the first half of the movie, it is very good, and in the second half, no, not so much. This is because in the second half things get a lot more serious, and yeah, it creates a lot of plot holes, let's just say. And yeah, characters were making decisions which really did not make sense to me. Like, for example, the FBI agents spent all their resources.
I believe that the urgency of the situation compels the use of any and all resources to obtain Chris Johnson.
To get Chris Johnson, who can look 2 minutes into the future, to help them with what they want. I'm not going to say what exactly they want, but the premise of it seems rather silly to me. Yep, I just want to put that out there. And another problem I had is that there were plot holes, especially starting from the second half of the movie all the way to the end. At the end of the movie, you can realize there's a lot of plot holes in this movie. And yeah, honestly, how I would describe this movie, I can describe it in one sentence. Great concept, great cast, great director, great cinematographer, but poor script. That's how I would describe this movie. But don't listen to the critics too much. I went to look at the Rotten Tomatoes score for this movie, and the critics were rather harsh for this. I don't know why, but they were very harsh. I'm going to give this movie a 7 out of 10. I think it's an underrated gem. I will highly recommend you guys to watch it. Thank you for listening to my review, and see you next time. And let me know what you thought in the comments below.